When we try to draw lines in the dirt to keep nature either in or out, human engineering has a consistently poor track record. Tiny flies zoom right through the mesh of window screens, and mice routinely find microscopic cracks to squeeze into our homes. Even in high-security environments, an average of 5 animals escape from American zoos every year. One of the most ambitious attempts at a macro-scale barrier was Australia's rabbit-proof fence, which spanned thousands of miles of the continent. But those wascally rabbits proved that the massive physical structure was largely irrelevant to their movement. These walls often fail because they are designed from a human-centric perspective. We build barriers based on how we see the world, rather than considering the perspective of a creature with paws, wings, or an exoskeleton. Building an effective critter-proof fence requires finding a simple way to stop a specific animal based on its own unique biological vulnerabilities, its biological kryptonite. In East Africa, 5-ton elephants frequently destroy traditional physical fences to raid valuable farm crops. However, elephants have an instinctual fear of bees entering their trunks, their giant, sensitive noses. Farmers now string active beehives along their property lines to create a living, buzzing perimeter. Nothing, it turns out, makes these 5-ton behemoths turn and run faster than the sound of a swarm. Exploiting sensory biology and natural fears creates a psychological barrier that can stop an elephant more effectively than a physical wall. In Idaho, ranchers face a different problem: wolves easily bypassing standard fences to hunt sheep. Wolves navigate their environment through a complex landscape of scent markings and territorial boundaries rather than physical lines of sight. Scientists decided to hijack these instinctual rules by creating a biological border made of invisible signals. They sprinkled urine and feces from rival wolf packs around the perimeter of the ranches. This smelly signal tricks local wolves into believing the territory is already occupied by a hostile pack, causing them to steer clear. Hacking an animal's rules of engagement can be more effective than trying to physically block them from a food source. Biological defense can even work against microscopic threats, like the virus that decimated Hawaiian papaya crops in the 1990s. Scientists engineered a specific strain of papaya that was immune to the virus. Instead of replacing every tree, they planted a ring of these immune-modified plants as a live fence around the perimeter of standard papaya farms. This living shield successfully blocked the virus from reaching the center of the field. By using the modified trees as a sacrificial perimeter, the internal harvest remained non-genetically modified. This saved their valuable yields, avoided messy labeling debates, and bypassed GMO consumer resistance. These biological borders function very differently from the concrete and wire walls humans typically build. Traditional walls restrict the movement of every species in an area, which can fragment habitats and damage the local ecosystem. Biologically inspired fences target a specific species without restricting the comings and goings of other plants and animals. This selective filtering allows the rest of the ecosystem to continue its natural migrations without interruption. Defense against nature is most effective when relying on an intimate understanding of an invader's biology. In many cases, knowledge is the most reliable